Part 55. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 541. 541 Chapter Finished Product. Chapter 541 Finished Product. The new carbon fiber composites are increasingly bulky and soon exceed the maximum standards that the Institute of Aeronautical Materials has ever achieved. Peng Zhenge and Gao Wei are increasingly expecting that the current level has already represented this technology over their semi-machine layup technology. On the projection side, the display workload has been completed by nearly a third. Luzixin uses a little bit, the virtual projection is unfolded again, and the structure of the carbon fiber composite layer is decomposed and displayed. Through projection, they can clearly see that the angle of each surface and the material weave are integrally formed without any break or surface. Angle deviation. Anderson takes a deep breath. The craftsmanship of this machine is really amazing. They can't do this with Honeywell's machines. And as the Red Letter Group said, the new carbon fiber composites perform better than their synthetic carbon fiber composites, further providing performance and reducing specific gravity. For commercial large aircraft, it means that it can replace more aluminum alloy and titanium alloy parts, reduce the weight of the aircraft, and thus increase the load capacity of the aircraft. The work of woven layups continues, with the wing carbon fiber composite layup slowly forming. On the projection, the red unfinished part is gradually replaced by the green completed part until the machine informs, the work program has been completed, the automatic test is completed, the product is qualified, and the detailed parameters can be clicked. The machine prompt is over, but except for the people on the Red Letter Group, everyone else is in the same place. Gao Wei and the materials research team he led were stunned by surprise. They didn't study this thing for a day or two. Prior to the establishment of Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Corporation, the Aeronautical Materials Research Institute was already engaged in the research and development of carbon fiber composite materials. Before today, their technological progress could only produce small volume carbon fiber composite materials. Now, they have a complete new carbon fiber composite manufacturing technology, as well as a large volume laminated automatic machine. Yesterday they were still toddlers in this field, and today they became a long-distance running champion. How can this huge change not surprise them? Peng Zhenge is also to be wild with joy. Sure enough, the decision to cooperate with Red Letter is absolutely correct. Even if there is nothing else, just this technology and machine, let them harvest huge. What's more, the benefits of Red Letter are not just this. And Anderson saw this scene, only feeling cold in the heart. Yes, carbon fiber composites account for a large proportion of their company's aviation materials exports. They have been monopolized by the United States, Britain, and Russia. Now there is another Chinese entry, and the market competition will be more intense. Moreover, their materials and technology seem to be better and higher than the company's existing ones. Gao Wei first reacted. He began to look at the parameters and compare the data parameters of the large aircraft wing that have been designed. Sure enough, within the allowable range of error, all are qualified. Great, Gao Wei couldn't help but say, the parameters we designed are not bad at all. Automatic material synthesis, silking, and lamination, is this the world's top carbon fiber composite manufacturing and lamination technology? Researchers at the Materials Research Institute expressed their feelings. Octopus, your company really opened my eyes, Peng Zhenge smiled and smiled. On the first day of the formal technical exchange with Hongxin Group, he solved a big problem and made him feel very happy. It seems that your company does not need to purchase carbon fiber composite materials. Anderson smiled a little reluctantly, directly lost millions of dollars in orders, his heart was bleeding. But this is not a problem that his business skills can solve. This is a technical issue. Even the company headquarters, there is nothing to do with it. Luzixin said with a smile, the new carbon fiber composite material is just one of our technical cooperation projects, There are several important material technologies, and we will also communicate with Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Company. And, hearing this sentence, Anderson's heart was completely cool. Originally, the order has shrunk, and then shrinking, this business is afraid that it will not be done in the future. Ha 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 ha, Peng Zhenge couldn't help but laugh and said, I'm really looking forward to it, Octopus, and these materials experts. I represent all of Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Manufacturing Company, thank you and welcome you tonight. I treat you, wash the dust for you. Right, Mr. Foggs, please also show your face to dinner. Anderson Foggs still has any mood to attend their celebration party. He barely squeezed a smile and said, thank you for your kindness, but I have not finished my work tonight. Headquarters has been urging me. Very sorry. In this case, then I am not reluctant, Mr. Fergus. We have to study carefully about the purchase order, and then talk about it in 2 days. Now Peng Zhenge is no longer in a hurry. With the Red Letter Group with technical support, he is full of enthusiasm. Now dragging down, only the Honeywell International Company. And they will have the bargaining capital. At the wine table in the evening, Peng Zhenge drank a drink that was so full of fun. Even the researchers who were not drunk in Galway were also happy to drink a few more cups. They kept asking Zhongming and Zhongbing questions. Fortunately, these two are robots, they will not get bored, or else they will have an academic exchange meeting for a meal, and most people can't afford it. The next day, everyone wakes up from the state of drunkenness in the afternoon. Luzixen's genes have been strengthened, metabolically strong, and alcohol has long been broken down. The two robots need not say that there is no problem of drunkenness. Before Peng Zhenge and others woke up, Luzixen had already taken a full circle with them at the Institute of Aeronautical Materials. In addition to the new carbon fiber composite materials, but also the aviation glass fiber materials, titanium aluminum alloy and the like. Aviation system, now they are working with US United Technologies Corporation and UTC Aerospace Systems to allow people from Red Letter Intelligence Systems to come together and jointly develop their own aerospace system. Luzixen confessed, the most important thing at the moment is to solve the biggest technical problem of large aircraft, aviation engines. In terms of engine technology, Penjiun machinery has a certain foundation, but aero engines and automobile engines are different. The aero engine needs to bring tens of tons of large aircraft to the sky for stable flight. Its power and safety requirements are almost the most demanding. Fortunately, Luzixen, the technical documentation of the aero engine, also plans to launch a robot to lead the development of the aero engine. Zhongming and Zhongbing also play an important role in this, because the most important thing to make an aero engine is the metal material of the aero engine. In this respect, it is also a technical problem facing the aviation science and technology community. End of this chapter. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 542. 542 Chapter Titanium Alloy. Chapter 542 Titanium Alloy. Honeywell International, Department of Aerospace Industry. The Aerospace Industry Department was established in the 1986 year after Honeywell acquired Sperry Aerospace, relying on the technical materials of the original Sperry Aerospace Company, plus the increased investment of Honeywell International to establish or controlled more than 20 companies involved in aerospace, automation control systems, specialty materials, and power, making them the world's leading integrated manufacturer of aerospace industry. In the Honeywell Aerospace Industry Department, executives from the marketing and technical departments met to discuss orders for Huaxia commercial aircraft manufacturing companies. From the information sent back by Anderson Vogels, it is clear that the materials department of the Red Letter Group has taken control of the manufacture of new carbon fiber composites and large-scale molding technology. The marketing director said, in the order, about this in part, involving more than $30 million in sales, it is determined to be cancelled. This is a huge loss for us. Aviation materials in this quarter will be reduced by a quarter of China's sales. I am not worried about this, but Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Manufacturing Co., Limited is also starting to manufacture and sell this material. According to the description, they are manufacturing faster than us, and the cost is lower than ours. We will soon compete with us globally. The market, said the Deputy Director of the Marketing Department. I want to apply for a $1.5 billion in research and development funding for research and development and laying of new carbon fiber composites, said the Director of Technology. You can apply, wait for the above approval. A high-level nod. The most important thing now is how to maximize our interests before the Red Letter Group has completely invaded the aviation materials field, the marketing director said. We can't just let go of this order. The director of the technology department said, they are not looking for us to assist in the technology of engine blade material manufacturing. We can sell some technical materials to them at a high price, and say less than a few $100 million. The marketing director questioned, this is one of our core technical materials, can we sell them to them? Yes, we will not sell the core information, but some insignificant technical information can be sold. I think that with the technical strength of the Red Letter Group, it will be possible to develop it in a few years. It is better to sell it early to make a profit. The company's business intelligence team said that the UK's Rolls-Royce company is also in contact with Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Manufacturing Company. If they first sell technical materials to Huaxia people, we can't earn this money. The British Rolls-Royce company, also known as the Rolls-Royce Company. But this company is different from the Rolls-Royce car. It is the aviation science and technology giant that specializes in the manufacture of aero engines after the Rolls-Royce brand split, and the United States General Electric Company and the US Pratt & Whitney Company, the world's three major aero engines. Not only do civil aviation in countries require their aero engines, but military fighters in some countries also use their aero engines. I agree with this proposal, and I can also submit it to the board of directors together with the R&D funding application. Like this kind of technology sale, hundreds of millions of dollars of business conduct, according to the Honeywell management regulations, requires the approval of the board of directors. Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Manufacturing Company, Luzixin, accompanied by Peng Jinga and Gao Wei, visited their aero engine research team. In addition to being the director of the Institute of Aeronautical Materials, Gao Wei is also the chief designer of commercial aircraft engineering. He introduced, aero engines can be said to be one of the most complex engineering machines in human history. At present, the commercial aircraft C919 we have produced, the aircraft engines used are all purchased foreign products. In the manufacture of aero engines, the military has given us a lot of support just for the development of engine engineering machines. We have spent more than 10 billion Chinese coins. There is still a long way to go from the core engine technology of aero engines. Luzixin is deeply convinced that he has learned relevant information. The proportion of research and development of aero engines is about 30% of the total aircraft. This is just a commercial aircraft aero engine. Military aircraft is even harder. The latest military aircraft engine in the United States has been researched and developed for more than 10 years, and the research and development cost has reached nearly $8 billion. This is not a commercial competition between the company and the company, but a competition between science and technology and armament between countries. High-performance military aero engines, they have not been able to study, can only hope to solve the problem of civil aviation. Gao Wei continued, the problem of the overall structure is not mentioned. It is enough for us to toss the light of an engine blade. In the past 6 months, the Aeronautical Materials Research Institute has had a big project to overcome the problem of the blade material of the low-pressure turbine engine of the aero engine. Zhang Ming interjected, I saw it at the institute. Are you preparing to make titanium aluminum blades? Yes, it is a titanium aluminum alloy material. Gao Wei nodded. Titanium aluminum alloy has the same strength and stability as traditional nickel-based alloys, and its density is only half that of nickel-based alloys, which can improve the fuel efficiency of 20%. Aviation fuel consumption is a large proportion of commercial airlines. If you can increase the fuel efficiency of 20%, such an engine will be popular in any industry airline. Peng Jenga said, a few days ago, the vice president of the British Rolls-Royce company contacted us to support our titanium aluminum blade manufacturing technology, but the cost is 50 million euros. 50 million euros, according to the current exchange rate, is close to 400 million Huaxia coins. It is hard to say how much water is added to the technical support of the other party. What surprised me is that Anderson also showed us today that Honeywell is also willing to support us in blade material technology. The asking price is lower than that of Rolls-Royce. Luzixon said, I think you can reject them directly. Why? Peng Jenga said. I think we can let them compete with each other and lower the price. Even if we spend 200,000 or 300,000 Chinese coins to buy this technology, it is worth comparing our R&D investment. Because of this small problem, we can solve it, so you can refuse them, said Zhang Ming. Professor Zhang, can you solve the problem of low-pressure turbine engine blade material? Gao Wei asked the body and turned his head. Of course, it is only titanium aluminum alloy. The Material Research Center of Red Letter has already had relevant technical reserves. Zhang Minji, of course, emoticon, in fact, this material technology was also the last time Luzixon took from Bruce Wayne. Arrived. End of this chapter. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 543. 543 Chapter 543 Molecular Adhesives. Chapter 543 Molecular Adhesives. A few days later, in the foreign guest reception room of Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Manufacturing Co., the representative of Honeywell International of the United States, Anderson Vogels, and the representative of the British Rolls-Royce, Kelly Hall, were negotiating and waiting. Their purpose is the same, in order to sell the technical information of engine blade materials to Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Manufacturing Co., as soon as possible. The two sides are competitors, and it is inevitable to try each other and find the bottom line of each other. 2. I have kept you waiting. Peng Jenga came out from the door and said. Pengzone, the two stood up and shook hands with him, and they were eager to know the decision of Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Manufacturing Company. Generally speaking, this kind of thing should be discussed separately, because no matter which side is rejected, it is more hurtful. But today Peng Jenga is not worried about this problem, because he does not need to refuse either party. The other party will naturally understand. Before talking about cooperation, I would like to invite two of them to visit our Institute of Aeronautical Materials. Today is the day we test the latest low-pressure turbine blades, and please also visit the two. Peng Jenga said. That's just right, I am also very interested, Anderson said. It's a great honor. Kelly also expressed his interest. On the road, Kelly Hall has also emphasized with Peng Jenga the importance of their blade material technology. A350-800, A350-900, A350-1000, A350-900 ULR. An Airbus relies on this fuel-efficient model to obtain a large number of orders from around the world, competing with the Boeing 787-9 and 777-200ER aircraft for the market. If Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Manufacturing Co., Limited can use this new material instead nickel-based alloy blade materials, the market competitiveness can certainly be more than doubled. Mr. Hall, is the same as we thought. Our idea is to apply this new material to the aero engine as early as possible. Therefore, the purchased aero engine also uses this new material, Peng Jenga said. Yes, Kelly Hall continued to sell and said, if we can cooperate on the manufacture of such materials, your company will no longer have to spend a lot of money on this material, but can make it on its own. He finished. Anderson also said, we Honeywell is also willing to cooperate. 2. waited for the material testing of the Institute of Aeronautical Materials. Let's talk about this issue again, Peng Zheng said in a mysterious tone. Anderson heard his tone, and inexplicably had a bad feeling. Just like the large area molding technology of carbon fiber composites before, did they encourage them this time? Impossible. If the Red Letter Group has already developed carbon fiber composite materials for other high-quality science and technology equipment manufacturing, this time the material is only used on aircraft engine blades. It is unlikely that R&D technology will be available in advance. Kelly Hall, I feel that Peng Zheng is playing in the heart, so that Logo will compete with Honeywell International to lower prices. At the Institute of Aeronautical Materials, the manufacturing process of engine blades is underway. Zhong Bing, technical representative of Hongxing Group, said, the blade rotates at high speed. Any small, hidden metal breaks may cause the blade to break. Therefore, the blade must be integrally formed, and there must be no second or third casting process. Gao Wei nodded and said, we are also a one-piece design, but there is a problem in titanium aluminum alloy. Titanium is too active, almost reacts with all metals and ceramics in one-piece molding. We must find a suitable shaped container. Zhongbing carried a spherical quantum computer with him. He opened the projection and said, there are three kinds of ceramics that do not react with titanium. One is yttrium oxide, the other is radioactive, and it cannot be used as a shaped container. The second is calcium oxide and moisture absorption can't save. Only yttrium oxide can be used as a styling container. We have also considered this. Gao Wei wondered, oxide is a shaped container, its surface is powdery, it is easy to slag, pollute the titanium aluminum solution, so that the titanium aluminum blade after molding is not accurate enough. Yes, Kelly Hall happened to hear it here, interjecting, we used computer simulations in the Aerospace Materials Laboratory in Germany to calculate that titanium aluminum alloy blades longer than 200 mm could not be integrally formed no matter how. We'll encounter the problem of the accuracy of the slag. That's not necessarily computer simulation, it will also go wrong, Zhongbing said. Kelly said with a smile, I just reminded that if you fail, we are willing to sell some technical materials to help you complete the material manufacturing of titanium aluminum alloy. As for the blades longer than 200 mm, I advise you not to delay the time. Today we are going to manufacture more than 200 mm titanium aluminum alloy blades, Zhongbing said directly. Kelly Hall shrugged and didn't talk anymore, but the emoticon on his face had revealed his thoughts, and he was waiting to watch the show. Get started. Prepare titanium aluminum solution, yttrium oxide solution, Zhongbing shouted. The working groups began to act. Octopus, can you do it? Peng Zheng whispered to Lu Zixin. Today, I called the representatives of Rolls-Royce and Honeywell. If they fail, they can't stand on their faces. Do not worry, today, you can see the appearance of titanium aluminum alloy blades, and definitely exceed 200 mm, Lu Zixin promised. There is no problem with the titanium aluminum solution, the most important is the manufacture of yttrium oxide shaped containers. As long as the yttria shaped container is made, the titanium aluminum solution is poured in, and it can be integrally molded. Gao Wei has been worried that they have done it many times in similar experiments. Every time it failed for various reasons, especially the problem of slag container slag, resulting in the accuracy of titanium aluminum alloy blades has not met the standard. So far they have not found a solution. To make a yttria-shaped container, when smelting the cerium oxide solution, Zhongbing took a bucket of sealing solution. What is this? Gao Wei said curiously. A molecular adhesive, specially used for yttrium oxide, can make its surface smooth and stable without slag. Zhongbing said that people can add molecular binder to cerium oxide solution. Molding of a cerium oxide shaped container. After a while, the styling container appeared when the solution cooled. Different from the results of many previous experiments, this time, the yttrium oxide shaped container does not appear as a surface particle or powder state, but is as smooth as a mirror. End of this chapter. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 544. 544 Chapter 544 Aero Engine. Chapter 544 Aero Engine. It's so beautiful, in Gao Wei's eyes, this shaped container is 10,000 times better than those jewels. There is really no powder on the surface. The researcher was surprised and said, I won't slag anymore. Kelly Hall frowned, adding a binder, it can cause problems with the molecular structure and break at high temperatures. That's a big problem. I only know the result after I try it, Zhongbing said. You can start shaping. The staff was nervously prepared, and the yttrium oxide-shaped container was made into a turbine engine blade sizing device. This blade length has exceeded the 200 mm limit that Kelly Hall said. The titanium aluminum alloy solution at a high temperature is poured into a yttrium oxide-shaped vessel and begins to cool. As a series of operations proceed, the titanium aluminum alloy blade is gradually formed. The data on the meter has been fluctuating around the normal value. Everyone is staring. Zhongbing started talking. Yes. The first test of the titanium aluminum alloy blade was carefully taken out by the researchers. From the outside, it was smooth and elegant with a curved surface, giving off a metallic luster. A good-looking appearance does not mean that the blade has been successfully manufactured and must be carefully tested to determine if it can pass the high-performance requirements of the aero engine. The Materials Institute has testing equipment that will detect the data of the blades for comparison with standard data. The length of titanium aluminum alloy blades exceeds 200 mm, either the accuracy is not up to standard or the hardness is not up to standard, said Henry Hall. We have done this many times in similar experiments. This time, no one is arguing with him, but waiting for the test data to come out. Data feedback is coming to them very quickly, whether it is strength, stability, density, or precision, it is completely standard. This shows that they have actually produced titanium alloy blades for low-pressure turbine engines over 200 mm. This is the world's highest precision, highest length, and most stable titanium aluminum alloy blade. Gao Wei saw the data, and said with surprise. The researchers in the institute who witnessed him were equally happy, applauding or cheering loudly, and at the Institute of Aeronautical Materials, they were very happy. Let me see. Kelly Hall hurried forward, taking a careful look at the blades while watching the test data. While he was watching, he secretly used his smart glasses to record some information and sent it back to Rolls-Royce headquarters. These Luzixan know, but no one stops. Because the core technology is the manufacture of molecular adhesives, other technologies, Rolls-Royce, have long been mastered, and they can be used to give them competitive pressure. Really more than 200 mm, how do you do it? How can computer simulations go wrong? Kelly Hall muttered to himself. On the side, Zhongbing said, computer simulation will of course go wrong. There are many variables that need to be considered for an experiment to be successful, not to mention the changes in molecular structure. The current computer cannot be fully predicted. Superstitious computer models, but also scientists what? This, Kelly Hall was speechless, and it turned out that the finished titanium aluminum blade products overturned their laboratory simulation theory results. Your company has been able to make its own blades, and the technological progress is really admirable. Compared with Kelly Hall, Anderson's mentality is much better, because he made the worst plan from the beginning. Now, this plan has become reality. Next, there is basically nothing about Honeywell International. For the British Rolls-Royce company, they can only accept such facts. The only benefit is that the engine blades are only part of the engine. The really difficult technical problem lies in the design and construction of the engineering machine itself. After successfully developing the titanium alloy blades of the low-pressure turbine engine, the material problems in front of the Huaxia commercial aircraft manufacturing company are running out. Zhongming and Zhongbing are in the process of solving the problem. After Kelly Hall, the representative of the British Rolls-Royce company, reported the matter back to China. It actually contributed to an order. It's not that Huaxia commercial aircraft purchased from Rolls-Royce, but Rolls-Royce purchased hundreds of low-pressure turbine engines of titanium aluminum alloy blades from China. It is said that these blades will be used on the Airbus 350 series commercial large aircraft of European Airbus. In the Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Manufacturing Company, after the company's high-level meeting, it was decided to begin to overcome the most difficult level, aircraft engine that hindered the manufacture of large aircraft. Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Manufacturing Company has been researching aero engines, but progress is slow. At present, only the United States and the United Kingdom have mastered the top technology in this area. Now, they intend to work with Red Letter's mechanical power research team to develop a high-performance aero engine. However, as soon as the news spread, it caused a constant warning from international colleagues. The British Logo Company and the United States General Electric, the United States Pratt & Whitney, the three giants of the aircraft engine, not to mention, the Russian United Aviation Manufacturing Group, which has been working with Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Manufacturing Company, is not satisfied with the request to withdraw. Engine development. Russia United Airlines Manufacturing Group, or OAK for short, is a super-large military enterprise merged by several of Russia's most important aviation companies in 2006, and the top 20 giants in global military industry. Although in the manufacture of commercial aircraft aero engines, the United Airlines Manufacturing Group is not comparable to the three major aerospace engine giants, but also the world's top aero engine manufacturer. A year ago, Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Manufacturing Co., Limited and OAK reached a cooperation to develop an aerospace engine for a long-range wide-body aircraft. Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Manufacturing Co., Limited currently only 10%, C919 is just a single-aisle aircraft, also known as medium and short-range dual-lens narrow-body civil transport aircraft. The best-selling Boeing 787, the Airbus 350 series are long-range wide-body aircraft with larger aircraft, more payload and wider application range. Of course, the required aero engine performance is also stronger. It is impossible for the British and American countries to sell their high science and technology aircraft engines to China, lest China compete with their Boeing and Airbus companies. So they only found the cooperation of the Russian United Aviation Manufacturing Group. Now, I heard that the Red Letter Group wants to cooperate with Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Manufacturing Company to carry out research and development of aviation engines. OAK is also very jealous, requesting to withdraw from research and development and avoid technology leakage. How can this be? R&D has not yet started, they are going to evacuate. Are these Russians also associated with Anglo-American companies? Peng Zheng slamming documents. Aviation engines are vital. They plan to develop wide-body aircraft CR929, now it has invested 10 billion yuan. If there is a problem with the engine, isn't it a failure? End of this chapter. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 545. 545 Chapter 545 Chapter 4 Industrial Revolution. Chapter 545, The Fourth Industrial Revolution. Even if he was angry again, Peng Zheng could not let the Russians retain this cooperative research and development project. Fortunately, there is good news on the Red Letter. They plan to set up a new aero engine research, which is better in terms of power and performance. According to the performance of this engine, not only can the CR929 designed in the plan be driven, but even a larger passenger aircraft can be driven. Therefore, the wide-body passenger aircraft with more payloads is also listed on the manufacturing list of Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Manufacturing Company. After half a year, Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Aero Engine Research Center. As the most complex mechanical system in the aircraft, the aero engine is quite difficult to study, so the research center occupies the area of 2 football fields, from material laboratory to mechanical structure design. Combination, In addition to a new aero engine, the assembly robot arm combines the aero engines. This is a sophisticated mechanical power unit with a new aviation science and technology material. The mechanical structure has been repeatedly improved by researchers and quantum brains. It can be said that it is the most powerful aero engine in the world. The aircraft model HF001 is mounted on a magnetic levitation transport carriage. It will be installed on the CH-939 large wide-body passenger aircraft of Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Manufacturing Co., Limited for flight test. CH-939 is the first fully autonomous commercial aircraft launched after the cooperation between Huaxia Commercial and Hongxing Group. Its payload has surpassed Boeing and Airbus' most popular wide-body aircraft. 939, on the ordinary model representing the CH-939 wide-body aircraft, the number of seats reaches 390. And the spacing of the seats is also larger than other large commercial aircraft, plus other equipment, which means that to drive such a high-weight large aircraft, it must need a super powerful power system. At the test flight airport, the company's top management and R&D personnel looked at the behemoth on the tarmac and looked forward to it. HF001 has been equipped with CH-939, and then the test flight moment. "Everything is ready, please instruct," the captain shouted in the cab. "Get off," Peng Zhenghua shouted. The plane started to start. It ran on the runway. The powerful impeller began to turn, and the air whistled. People felt the wind from the big plane scraping from the face. Everyone's gaze looked at the behemoth on the runway, and the captain calmly controlled the plane, looking straight ahead. Soon, the plane began to rise, and the wing was tilted upwards in the direction of the blue sky, driven by the airflow. After a few seconds, the entire CH-939 big plane has been vacated all the way to the top of the sky. "Fly up! God!" People cheered, excitedly clenched their hands and looked up at the figure above the blue sky. "Report, everything is normal, the current height of 308 meters, is still climbing," the crew's voice rang in the communicator. "Okay, keep going." "It is." Peng Zhenghua still raised his head, even though the shadow of the plane has become smaller and smaller, gradually disappearing into the clouds. "From today, we can completely manufacture commercial large aircraft for more than 30 years, the chief designer of CH-939 felt that from the first commercial large aircraft project to the present, they finally got the screw from the engine to the engine. From materials to mechanical equipment, completely self-made, a few lines of tears, spinning in his eyes. For this day, how many researchers have been working in obscurity for decades? From land to the sky, and the ocean, everything will be rewritten. Luzixin looked into the blue sky, and the line of sight seemed to penetrate the clouds until the starry sky. The matter of the aero engine has not ended here, but it has just begun. After the successful test flight of CH-939, NASA became their first customer. The Aviation Bureau should not buy aviation engines for civil aviation, but rather help them design and manufacture aero engines for large load trucks. This type of load rocket is part of the National Moon Landing Plan. The main body of the future city has been built, and on the edge of the desert, a city with a high degree of science and technology is growing rapidly. From here, the Red Letter Group has traveled to all parts of the world: Asia, Europe, America, Africa, Australia, and even the frozen Antarctic continent. Microelectronics, optoelectronics, electronic information, space science, aerospace, materials science, new materials technology, life sciences, bioengineering, energy science and technology, ecological sciences, ocean engineering, earth sciences, basic materials, radiation technology, medical sciences, biology. Both basic science and applied science have developed at an alarming rate during the more than a decade of the emergence of the Red Letter Group. Scientists and sociologists call it the 21st century science and technology Big Bang. Also known as the Fourth Industrial Revolution. The Fourth Industrial Revolution, dominated by artificial intelligence, clean energy, robotics, quantum information technology, virtual reality, and biotechnology, brings people not only the advancement of science and technology, but also the changes of biology. The socio-economic structure has undergone earth-shaking changes. This change is not only good but also bad. Fully automated factories have gradually replaced traditional manufacturing. Artificial intelligence has made some low-tech jobs, and unmanned traffic has occupied the transportation industry. Even the art and entertainment industry has seen a large number of virtual idols and artificial intelligence art designs. There is an old saying in Huaxia that the steps are too big to easily reach the egg. This is the case in today's society. City of the Future, Science and Technology Tower. Luzixon sat at his desk and watched the latest news reports. Local time 7-month 14-day, more than 30,000 French people went to the streets to protest the president's latest industrial robot application regulations. The scale of the parade was doubled compared with the previous one, and there was also a slap in the face. It is reported that the activity has spread to European countries. The economists at Cambridge University have called for science and technology to come a little slower. We are not ready to enter the era of intelligence. The latest report shows that the latest wave of unemployment in the United States has shown signs of getting out of control. People gather in front of the White House to express their dissatisfaction with the president. According to the survey, the president's approval rate has dropped by 15.4% in the past month. The famous international company XX announced bankruptcy today. The stock market has fallen across the board, and a new financial crisis has arrived. The wave of science and technology protests represented by the Red Letter Group was launched on the domestic network. They believe that science and technology deprived them of their job opportunities and let a lot of traditional industry news make people unemployed. It's just awkward, Suzhirong walked into the office and said, I went to the interview today. The reporter actually said that our Hongxing Group is the chief culprit in the global economic turmoil. Luzixon didn't talk, pondered for a moment, and said, the change is too fast, and the world is too late to prepare. If you want to talk about the economy, from the big data, the global economy has increased by 30% over the past decade, Suzhirong said. But the unemployment rate has also improved, Luzixon said. The industrial structure of each country has not been able to adjust to the progress of science and technology. This period must be experienced. Now the media and governments have raised doubts and warnings for us, and even small countries have decided to temporarily suspend high-tech science and technology. Suzhirong said. What time is it, and I want to shut down the country, Luzixon smiled and said, in this new era, most people are in vain, they can't find directions. Since we have led the progress of science and technology, it should also make this society a better place. Help me prepare. Is there a World Artificial Intelligence Conference in the Future City this month? I am going to participate, Luzixon said. Are you sure? By the time, those reporters and colleagues will never let you relax. Suzhirong said that social contradictions are now in the process of intense, and Luzixon is absolutely indispensable if it is open to the public. Ready. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 546. 546 Chapter 546 Speech. Chapter 546 Speech. The World Artificial Intelligence Conference was held as scheduled, and high-tech science and technology companies from all over the world, scientists and media workers gathered in the city of the future. If it is in the past, such a provincial capital will certainly be warmly welcomed by the people. However, in the current global economic turmoil, the people of the world are not only concerned and hopeful about it, but also questioned. I heard that Red Letter Group founder Lu Yan will attend, and the media from the Wind has long waited at the venue of the Science and Technology Tower Conference. The conference is about to begin, and the venue is full of seats. The conference will be broadcast live through the news without delay. The mainstream media of all countries have obtained the right to broadcast. Invite Red Letter Group founder, Mr. Lu Yan, to deliver a pre-conference speech, the host said. The audience applauded and the people's eyes focused on Lu Zixin. Lu Zixin walked to the front of the stage and said, "I know that today's World Artificial Intelligence Conference, everyone is different. Some people think this is the provincial capital of science and technology development, and some people think it represents all of the high-tech science and technology is the chief culprit of economic turmoil. Today I came to this meeting just to talk to you about my thoughts, that is, the issues that everyone is most concerned about, quantum information technology, robots, or other high-tech science and technologies represented by artificial intelligence. In the end, whether it is good or bad, the main cause of unemployment and economic turmoil around the world, is it really? Science and technology development will make a large number of people unemployed, causing economic turmoil and social unrest. Such things or concerns are not the first time. Every new industrial revolution will be accompanied by these problems. During the first industrial revolution, machines began to be widely used. Those handicraft workers who had worked safely found that machines grabbed their jobs. Even the most primitive steam machines increased productivity, and productivity, it is not artificially replaced. It is like today's traditional industrial manufacturing replaced by smart technology and robotics. At that time, people's development of the machine was also indispensable to disgusting and complaining. Some even felt that as long as there was no machine, they could continue this stable day. So a British worker named Lud smashed 2 looms were used, and people at that time also regarded him as the leader of anti-industrialization. In economics, Lud's paradox is like this. It is believed that the development of science and technology will reduce the demand for labor and lead to an increase in unemployment. After centuries, even now, many people still hold this view. In fact, the development of science and technology has liberated people from heavy labor, and when people have free time, they have more needs. They have to listen to music, have coffee, watch movies, and fight games. More posts are also born. There are many people who believe that the development of science and technology has led to the emergence of unemployment. I oppose this view, since the development of high-tech science and technology such as artificial intelligence, some traditional industries have gradually disappeared, but new jobs and industries are the same emerging. A decade ago, can you imagine a career like an artificial intelligence trainer or an artificial intelligence maintainer? Is there a robotic instruction researcher with a career like an unmanned controller? Lu Zixin said that a reporter raised his hand below, and Lu Zixin nodded to him and said, "You have any questions, please let me know." The reporter said, "Octopus, hello, I am a reporter for the Economic Daily. You are talking about the new profession, but the professional requirements for such a profession are too high. We ordinary people still face the risk of unemployment." "You are right," Lu Zixin nodded. "It is undeniable that the development of new technologies has replaced simple labor. The demand for professional technology in new industries is increasing from the industrial structure of the past. Every industrial revolution this is the case. A period of incompatibility is inevitable. But this does not mean that we are destined to be pessimistic. We must become a generation of people who sacrificed in the times." The winner of the Nobel Prize in Economics, Leontiev, said that the most essential difference between man and machine is that people can engage in new and more complex tasks. From the perspective of the development of science and technology, it is inevitable that automation technology and artificial intelligence will replace the impact on many current occupations, but equally, the opportunities it creates for us are unprecedented. For example, the lawyer industry needs to learn a lot of knowledge and find a lot of information, and the time and energy that we come from are limited at this time. The emergence of artificial intelligence assistants can be used for him in a huge amount of information screening. Let him work in 1 month, or even half a year, in 1 day. What does this mean? This shows that artificial intelligence and other high-tech science and technology, in essence, bring about changes in tools from cumbersome industrial robots to intelligent industrial robots. Now, production efficiency is improving and process precision is improving, and the humans who control these robots are still humans. We design robot programs, carry out safety maintenance, make capacity adjustments, etc. You may feel that I am still talking about high-end occupations for most people. Their level of knowledge and skill level still cannot reach this level. Luzixin paused for a while and said, yes, indeed this is the case. New professions require new knowledge, and what we have to do is to learn and adapt. When you treat artificial intelligence as an enemy, you will be defeated by it. After all, one's wisdom is limited, and behind artificial intelligence, it is the crystallization of countless people. And when you use artificial intelligence as a tool, then you become the leader of the new era. Is AI letting a certain job really disappear? No, the emergence of AI just updated the tool. Medical, art, transportation, education, this is the latest tool in whatever field. This change is coming too fast. Many people feel panic and don't know how to adapt. This is not just a problem for everyone, but a problem for our business and society. Companies should know if they apply this tool, if let our professionals learn to use this tool, and society should encourage new careers, create new careers, and adjust the industrial system and economic structure as soon as possible. In a nutshell, we broke the old rice bowl and gave people a new rice bowl so that the vast number of workers will not be eliminated by the times. End of this chapter. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 547. 547. Chapter 547 is a starry sky. Chapter 547 is a starry sky. After Luzixin finished, the audience gave a warm applause and his speech was spread to all parts of the world. People think about the truth in words and say opinions that they agree or disagree with. At the scene, someone asked, Octopus, you said so many opinions, how did the Red Letter Group do it? Quietly in the field, the line of sight once again focused on Luzixin. Luzixin smiled and said, yes, the theory is much more talked about, and it becomes empty talk. Actual things, we are also doing. You should know that the Red Letter Virtual Entertainment Group under the Red Letter Group has been engaged in the research of artificial intelligence entertainment, from semi-sneak game devices to virtual idols, virtual social, etc., which has created a lot of new careers. After years of research, we have made breakthroughs in artificial intelligence technology and neuron simulation technology as well as mechanical kinetic energy. We are finally able to create a completely stealthy neuron interaction device, and people's consciousness really enters the virtual world. Use artificial intelligence to create a real virtual world. Luzixin saw that the people present were all surprised and very interested. In his eyes, he said with a smile, yes, that is what you think, the real virtual world. The virtual world, then the Future City Science and Technology Conference will be officially released. The thing I want to talk about today is just one of the many attempts we have made in industrial restructuring and socio-economic structure. The virtual world appears. I believe that hundreds or even tens of thousands of new jobs that have never been seen before will be born at that time. Both high skills and talents will have new job opportunities. The future can be expected. The applause is endless. With the speech of Luzixin, the World Artificial Intelligence Conference was held very smoothly. And Luzixin's words not only let the world ponder, but also let them begin to pay attention to the changes brought about by the emergence of new technologies. A month later, Red Letter Virtual Entertainment officially announced their first virtual world, the Milky Way. The Milky Way is a virtual world that can be continuously improved and developed. It is positioned on other planets of a different Earth in the Milky Way. In essence, the Galaxy Virtual World is a large-scale global online game. Anyone can enter the game. If you want to upgrade the monsters, you can upgrade the monsters. If you want to travel, you can travel and relax. You can even have a party, a concert, and sleep. Days. The virtual world that utilizes the technology of neuron interaction has made a huge difference in people's lives. A new world, even if it only exists in cyberspace, the economic value it creates is difficult to measure. A new post is appearing, even if nothing happens, to be a tour guide in the virtual world, to be a brick party, but also to support themselves. The Red Letter Group and governments have also actively promoted this virtual world in response to the economic crisis. Some poor people can go to the free virtual world work center built by the government or enterprises. In addition to the virtual world, other positions are also being exchanged and replaced, and the negative impact of the Fourth Industrial Revolution has been greatly alleviated. Even with new science and technology barriers and social conflicts, there are a group of people working on them. In the first half of the year, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration of China launched a heavy manned space rocket and launched the manned aircraft to the moon. It was the first time for the Chinese to land on the moon. At that moment, the whole country celebrates. The world is eye-catching. After January, Red Letter Machinery announced that it has cooperated with the National Resources Bureau and the Oceanic Administration to build a huge steel behemoth in the South China Sea, a giant coal mine at sea, to exploit combustible ice, and to officially use this new energy, and plan to build a bigger marine iron behemoth in the Antarctic. At the end of the year, the construction of the future city was basically completed. Luzixin announced to the world that the City of Science and Technology was built, and people from all over the world were welcome to visit and donate 10 billion to the University of Science and Technology in the City of Science and Technology. Future Science and Technology Talent. The following year, the Red Letter Group and the Ministry of National Defense cooperated to develop the latest stealth fighters and participate in the joint military exercises of various countries. At the end of the following year, an aircraft carrier of Huaxia New Shengshui was named Future City to recognize the technical assistance provided by the Red Letter Group in the construction of the aircraft carrier. In the third year, the Red Letter New Energy Research Team entered the National Nuclear Power Research Laboratory to help conduct controlled nuclear fusion research. In the same year, Hongxin Group and Huaxia Commercial Aircraft Manufacturing Co., Limited jointly established Huaxia Commercial Rocket Manufacturing Co., Limited, and launched the Mars exploration satellite on the first anniversary of the company. In the next few years, commercial rocket manufacturing companies launched several Mars satellites and rocket probes. Governments or enterprises around the world have also begun placing orders with commercial rocket manufacturing companies to commission satellite launches. 4 years later, the Red Letter Group and the Huaxia Aerospace Department first established a lunar research base on the Moon and launched a lunar tour. Humans can take a space flight on a near-space space for a lunar journey. In the third decade of the establishment of the Hongxin Group, the National Nuclear Power Research Laboratory, controlled nuclear fusion has finally achieved considerable breakthrough. The construction of the Turk-Mark device has achieved a highly constrained plasma discharge, and the new energy era is finally here. Huaxia began to promote the use of controlled nuclear fusion. From power stations to nuclear submarines, controlled nuclear fusion together with combustible ice directly changed the energy structure of the entire society. Huaxia, which controls this huge energy technology, also has the absolute right to speak in the world. Huaxia coin replaced the US dollar represented by the oil economy and became the transaction currency recognized by the international community. After the realization of controlled nuclear fusion, long-distance space navigation began to become promising. The Red Letter Group has proposed the Mars Space City plan and has begun to try to build Mars landing aircraft and space carriers. 10,000 Realms Science and Technology Chat Group, Luzixin clicked on the new group invitation option. Red Queen, emoticon, Red Queen special sign-on. Peter Parker, sit waiting for new people. Tony Stark, Wayne, have you found the time and space? Bruce Wayne, I think it will take a few more years, then we can travel in time and space. Red Queen, emoticon, excited to take the opportunity. Reed Richards, I am also looking forward to it. Mao Yanjing, the owner, I am thinking, can you enter your virtual world galaxy? My virtual world is really boring. Xiao Hong, the one I can weekly ask, wait for the new group members to enter the group, will the group owner send red envelope? Skynet, childish humans, actually want red envelope, you must not grab me. Victor, that's not the case. The speed at which I grabbed the red envelope by 3 hands is not covered. Optimus Prime, today's group is really lively. How about the aircraft research? How do I think about it? The spacecraft I mentioned last time is more suitable for our mechanical people, not considering the survival of organic life. Luke, the newcomers are in the group. Luzixon sounded a voice in his mind, the new group has entered the group. He quickly typed, get ready, this time is the big red envelope for 2 years. Ultra emoticon, mine, Red Queen issued a screened emoticon. End of the book. End of this chapter. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 548. 548 written at the end, free chapter. Written at the end, free chapter. During this time, the Firehole has been thinking, how to write science and technology novels. To be honest, I didn't have any experience before. It is also very difficult to write this book, and the information is almost terrible. Readers who read the book know that many of the science and technology mentioned in the book are not delusions, but have the support of science and technology theory, and even some of them have gradually been realized in the process of writing books. Some people may think that the number of words in this book is a bit small, and you can continue to write. Yes, there are many science and technology that can be written. Bioscience and technology, aerospace, marine science and technology, new energy, etc., can indeed be written. During this time, I have checked a lot from the literature to the documentary, and my understanding of some science and technology is gradually improving. But I did not choose to continue, because I believe that this book is first of all a novel, followed by a black science and technology novel. From the perspective of the novel, I have repeatedly read it several times and found a lot of problems. Some old-fashioned plots in the early stage are not mentioned. When it was close to 1,000,000 words, the plot became a bit boring. From the novel to the knowledge of science, lost the characters, lost the tension of the plot, and lost the exciting game. If you continue to write, it will further reduce the level of excitement and become a hydrology that is purely piled up. I don't want to do this, or it is better now. Why is this happening? The Firehole thought a lot, and found that the main reason appeared in writing ability, experience, and outline design. Previous editors made me pay attention to the outline. I don't care much. Now it seems that the editors are indeed experienced. Secondly, the lack of experience has led to a lack of freshness. During this time, I began to read news materials, published literature, and other channels on a large scale to understand some knowledge, and found that there are more interesting and wonderful stories to write. Unfortunately, the overall structure of this book has been finalized and it is difficult to join. Writing ability, naturally needs to be improved, the above is some reflection. Next, the Firehole is really grateful to the readers and editors who accompanied me this year. I am familiar with the ids of many readers. I am very embarrassed. I am not satisfied with the update and the plot. I am sorry. Because I am not prepared enough, when I write some fields, I don't know anything about it. I need to re-examine the information to understand it, and then I can write it. As a result, the plot design is also problematic. It is not exciting enough. I will try to avoid it in the future. In short, a novel will end, but the story will never end, and the new chapter will continue to open. I hope that we can see the other's name in the future. I don't want to say anything more. The Firehole is here to wish everyone a happy new year and the year of the pig. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 549. Chapter 549. 549 New Book Release, Super Science and Technology Pioneer. New book release, Super science and technology pioneer. One day, Du Mingxian had a space door in his mind. Through this space door, he could visit other civil and technology civilizations in the universe and bring those super science and technology back to Earth. Science and technology, biomimetic technology of the cyberspace civilization. Mechanical and civilized machinery science and technology, energy technology. Biochemical science and technology, genetic technology of the Zerg civilization. The quantum science and technology of silicon-based civilization, intelligent technology. He gained the knowledge of alien civilization, and since then, there has been a super science and technology pioneer on the planet. P.S. This is a science and technology development novel that you can search for or see in other works by the author. Welcome to read. End of this chapter.